Hi, welcome to today's video diary for finding my way with Pi, purpose, intention, and emotion. I am Pi, and today I'm going to reflect on my week because I felt like I had a pretty good week, even though I was processing some kind of revelations and realizations about myself. But I think it's important to stop and observe what worked well for me this week. You know, part of what's really important to me right now is figuring out, how do I live a life where I feel good about my life? And I feel like I'm beginning to enter that space. So I wanted to talk about that during this video diary so that I can remember the things like this week, for example, that worked great for me and that I want to continue to do and make sure that I build these types of actions into my life because they make a difference for how I feel overall. So a couple of things that worked for me this week. One is being spontaneous. And this doesn't have to be, anything extravagant, but it does help me find adventure in ordinary days. And I need that for me. That's part of my personal values. It also helps me be present. It helps me feel like I'm living my life to the fullest, which is really important to me. And so being spontaneous transforms the ordinary into adventure for me. Very simple things like picking up my daughter from school and her being like, I'm craving root beer floats. And I said, well, we're not eating out right now because we're just watching what we spend since we're a one-income household at the moment. She goes, well, let's just go to the grocery store then. So we went and spent like $8 getting root beer and ice cream, came home, made root beer floats for everybody. My son was excited when we got home. And it was just a spontaneous thing. Only took like maybe 30 minutes overall. And we had that time together. So I also want to say, I think that this not only helped me cultivate that sense of adventure in my life, but it helped boost everyone's moods and our relational well-being. Like, it boosted our relationship. She put that out there like a bit of attention, and I turned towards that, engaged with her, which then blossomed out to the whole family, and simple turned the ordinary day into adventure and fun and connection for all of us. So that's one way I need to continue to cultivate. And I guess maybe another way to say it is take advantage of those moments of spontaneity when they come up. Another thing that worked well for me this week was I took walks with friends and a hubby. Hubby and I walk regularly. I love that time. I definitely notice when we don't get to. I've also been taking a walk with my friend at least once a week, and then another friend had reached out, so I got to walk with two different friends this week. That time's so important to me because, and I think why it's working well for how good I feel about my life is, again, the relational well-being. I just adore my friends and I learn so much from them, and I love all the stuff we get to talk about. And we're also getting some physical activity, so that boosts my mood too. And I need community and friends and family and social time. That's some of my personal values, so that helps me do that and fits into my days. Another thing I've been doing for about a week and a half now, for anytime I get hungry in between meals, I've been reaching for just fruits or vegetables. And I've been making more stuff at home. Like, instead of buying hummus, I made hummus at home. So I'll reach for carrots and celery and hummus, or I'll reach for almond butter and apples, or I'll reach for banana and almond butter. What else? Cantaloupe. I've just been eating more fruits and vegetables, like probably, I don't know, 80% of the time, that's what I'm reaching for when I'm feeling like I want a snack. And we haven't been eating out, or doing the convenience foods. Like, we used to buy more of the convenience foods because they were convenient and my life was consumed with my job and there just wasn't a lot of time. Now I'm making more homemade meals, and so it's really more clean ingredients, fewer ingredients, less processed ingredients, more vegetables on the side of, whatever, if we're having fish or chicken. I've been doing less processed, like for me, instead of eating pasta, for example, I've been doing spaghetti squash and mixing that with the sauce that we're using. So I think I feel better because of it. And I have a cold right now, but seriously, I think it's boosting my mood. I think it's helping to boost my mood. And my body feels cleaner. Like, my mind is clearer. I feel better energetically. It's pretty noticeable. And I've got my physical health pretty well dialed in this way, like exercising and eating and all of that. At least I thought I did. So noticing this difference is pretty neat. Okay. And the last two things that I did this week that really helped. You've heard me talk about one of them before, meditation. Sorry for the background noise, that like knocking noise. I have a window open and the wind is blowing really hard and it's creating this vacuum. So it's pulling on the door. It's like knocking and making noise. So sorry for the background noise. I've spoken about meditation before and how important it has been for my journey. Now I crave it. Now I've got the habit in place, and I anchored meditation to my bedtime routine. So right when I lay down for bed, whether I sit right next to my bed on the floor and do it, or I lay down comfortably in bed, but I have a Fitbit watch, and on the app there's some free meditation sessions. Those are the ones I go to the most, to be honest. And sometimes in the middle of the day I'll do meditation in my office, in my little meditation nook, but very short ones, between 2 to 5 minutes, typically, every once in a while 10 minutes. And sometimes I do a music meditation where I just listen to a piece of classical music that I like, or any other music, and I just focus on the music. That gives my brain time to relax and rest. And the act of bringing the focus back to just that anchor point, whether it's my breath or music, it's like my mind can let all other distractions go. The neat thing about this is I found that the more I've meditated, I've done this for a few months now, like I notice more about the world around me, and I can also observe myself with more clarity. Like today, hubby and I took a walk, and I was noticing things. They have probably always been there, but I was noticing things about the way the sun caught the leaves and lit them up bright green, just this particular time of day that we were walking. I noticed all the bird song. Like, there's a lot of bird song right now, and I'm sure it's got to always be there, but I don't consciously acknowledge it. Things like that. And that actually felt kind of magical. Like, here we are walking through the world and experiencing it in a completely different way, the same path that we've walked probably hundreds of times. So yeah, the meditation, it works for me. And then the last thing is journaling. Part of my coursework for my master's in happiness studies program this week was to do journaling each day. And these journalings were prompts. So basically it's like you are given a prompt, like a sentence stem, and you write between 6 to 10 different endings for each prompt. So no judgment, no criticism, there's no right or wrong. You just write, don't even worry about grammar. So for example, one of the sentence stems or the prompts could be, change is ... And I would go through and write 6 to 10 endings to that sentence. I will give you an example. Change is inevitable. Change is desirable. Change is necessary and natural. Change is transformative. Change is good. Change is what I need in order to fulfill my highest potential. Change is nature. Change is something I can learn to do well. Change is something to look forward to because it helps us get out of what we don't like. And then change is a blessing. And I did this each day this week. Here's my reflection on this type of journaling exercise. This was really good for me, and I want to remember this and find different prompts and do this maybe once every few months for a week or even 8 weeks. I don't know, but here's what I learned after doing this. After doing these journaling exercises each day this week, I feel liberated and empowered. I see that I am a powerful being capable of change, and that means I can change in the direction of living my best life. Change is inevitable and necessary. Resistance to change is a choice. Embracing change, and better yet, mindfully choosing how I personally want to change my life by following my heart, is how I become my best self, fulfill my greatest potential, and live my best life. Accept the hard parts of change as part of the transformation process. Being open to change frees me from limitations I put on myself. I think it would be important to do this writing exercise every month or so because it really helped me connect my potential to the impact of my current thoughts, beliefs, and actions, or rather, it really helped me realize the impact that my current thoughts, beliefs, and actions have on fulfilling my potential. So there you go, reflecting on how do I live a life I feel good about. I'm trying different things each day, simple things like this. And then at the end of the week, I'm reflecting on what worked, what didn't, what do I want to do more of? Why do I think it worked? And this is a neat, transformative, just unfolding and awakening type of a process. So go forth and experiment. It's discovery, and it is interesting and enlightening. Thank you for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.